hockey game. Well, it's not too bad. 1-0 for London right now. 10-6 shots on goal. We didn't get that, come out of the gate as hard as I think we needed to. How they will, and well, let's go right to Ben Gaudreau here for just a minute.
Okay.
Here he is flip-flopping around again. And at one point there, like, really amazing how he moved around there and kept that puck out of there. But should he have been in that position at that time in the first place?
No, not at all. Not even remotely. There's no doubt that Ben Gaudreau is one of the best goalies around. But, man, we're killing this poor kid, letting that many shots come his way. Like, it's just, it's crazy. Crazy.
Well, we talked about the keys to the game, the fast start. We haven't really seen that yet. What about control of the game? I mean, I know London's up 1-0, but the control of the game is.
Well, I think honestly, if I was to pick one word to characterize that first period so far for the Sting is, it's been a bit sloppy. And by that, what I mean is, we're not connecting with our passes. We're doing a lot of blind passes. We're playing in the boards. We're not coming up with the puck when we need to.
And we don't do well in those corners.
No, and I just watched, honestly, there was like 6 players went in behind the net. 3 or 4 of them were Sarnia Sting players, and a London guy comes out with the puck. And I'm like,
well, I was thinking that.
How does that happen?
Like, why do we even have 3 or 4 guys behind the net?
Well, that's a good question.
Well, you got 4 guys back there. If one of them grabs a hold of the puck, who are you going to pass it to?
Yep. And the other part is that, our line changes have also been, what I would suggest are a bit sloppy. Guys are a little slow getting off the bench and getting off the ice, and that showed up in a delay of too many men on the ice penalty already. Yeah. So that's kind of sloppy stuff.
Yeah.
That's if you have the sense of urgency that we were hoping for, that you get from. From scoring that first goal and coming out and playing hard, you don't get those kinds of penalties. But
well, let's talk a little bit too about.
Yeah,
agreed. We didn't see a lot of roughness, aggression out there until the period was over. I don't know if you caught that. There was a little bit of pushing and shoving. You probably had a better vantage point than I did.
I totally did have a good vantage point.
What was happening there?
Well, nothing. I mean, again, this is the, kind of frustration stuff coming out again.
Yeah.
And, one of the things is there's a few players on the nights that they like to, keep poking the bear even after the whistle. And you know what I mean? Anything after the whistle is gratuitous, and it really needs to stop. But they've got a couple of guys that like to do that, and that's the kind of stuff that makes people's blood boil, right? So.
Well, and what are the consequences of that? I mean, the referees, they could.
Well, they could. There's penalties in there because you can't. I mean, it was almost spearing kind of thing. Like it was a good jab, and. It just shouldn't have happened, and but the referee was right there. He saw everything. He just chose not to call anything, right? And I'm like, well, okay, I get it. Maybe we'll get a makeup or whatever in the second period. I don't know.
That doesn't happen.
Oh yes, it does.
There's no such thing as a makeup.
Sure, there is.
Is there?
Well, yeah, it depends on who you ask, right? You ask the referees, no, that stuff never happens. You ask the OHL, they're going to tell you, no, that never happens. You ask the fans, it's like, that was a makeup right there.
Right. Well, we'll see how that goes coming out there. But I did think that, it wasn't really a fast-paced. At least we weren't as fast-paced.
No, we weren't on the horse for sure. And we were doing all the things that we've talked about being wrong before, and we just got to play a little more open ice hockey. We got to play, smart passing and stuff like that. Like, I can't tell you how many odd man rushes we had. Like, I mean, we must have had 2 or 3 good, reasonably good odd man rushes, 2-on-1, 3-on-2, that kind of thing. And we'll get, as soon as we get over the blue line, the guy who's carrying the puck, he's trying to pass it through a Knights guy, which stops the play and turns it over.
I saw that a couple of times, actually.
And I'm like, you know what? Come on, man.
Yeah.
If you can't pass the puck past a player in order to make that odd man rush thing happen, then take the shot. Go in hard to the net and shoot. You know what I mean? If it's not there, and these guys got us figured out. Anyway.
Well, and that's all there is to that.
Yeah, no, it's all there is to that. You know what? Odd man rushes are unique opportunities to score.
They're a big advantage to take.
It's a huge advantage, and frankly, I think if you look, sort of consistently, the Sting aren't playing that advantage as much as they probably could take advantage of it.
All right. Well, we'll keep this one short for you because really we haven't seen much more else to talk about here other than, what we talked about before the game
Tighten
started.
Tighten it up, boys.
Take advantage of those odd man rushes, like you said, and we've seen a few of them. So I'm sure that's probably similar conversation in the room. Mm-hmm. My guess also, too, is, especially going back to the post-game conference with Dylan Sika and then, of course, the Alan Latangs, are very, very similar. They both said, we've done this at practice, we've this, and this, and this, and this. What more, as a coach, do you keep saying to a team that's repeated, here we go? That's got to be frustrating for coaching staff as well.
Well, absolutely. And if you ask me, my fuse would be reaching the end at some point, and
right.
I would just go off. But that's my own style. I'm not suggesting that they do that, by any stretch. But you know what? Sometimes guys need a wake-up call. I might turn around and just say, you know what? Look, you have squandered 6 advantages today. You're going to park your backside on the bench for 6 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the way it is. So, I will give away your shifts because you're not doing the job.
Well.
Now, you want to do the job? You want to play? You show me that you want to play. Now you got a couple of minutes.
All right. I think, honestly, that's a bit of the strategy here with the coaching staff.
I hope so.
And the coaching staff, I think, have been what am I trying to say? They've earned the right to do that because of what they're seeing out on the ice. And, the players have a job, the coaches have a job.
Of course, we might have a problem with defensemen if that gets to that because I got to say right now, a big part of our problem is defense. Because we're really letting them pass to set the blue lines. And we're not defending that blue line.
We've only got so many guys that we can bench, too. Right?
I get you. I get you.
But I do get that frustration line of, when David Burrows and Jay Peckham are running out of things to say because we're saying the same things because of what we see out there, there's really an issue going on there, right?
Absolutely.
All right. 6.5 minutes away from the Sarnia Sting getting back out on the ice. And again, if you're just joining us, 1-0 in favor of the London Knights. We're going to see them hopefully turn that around, and Jay and I will be back at the end of second period. Once again, I'm David Burrows on behalf of my friend Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go!